So I'm out at the cabin, and I'm going to get some electricity in this deer blind. I already have conduit. It's been in the ground for a good while, running from the power source over and then up right here. Let me know in the comments. I had 12 gauge drop cord that the ends were bad on, and I'm just going to use that. After recording a little bit and working on it, getting the wire pulled, I put my strippers on that wire. It just didn't look right. Put my strippers on the wire. I'm not sure it's even 14 gauge wire. So I pulled it out and have a string in the conduit now. And I was like, well, just go buy some Romex and pull that in the conduit. That'll be fine. It's only going to be one circuit out here. And I couldn't believe how expensive Romex was. So I'm going to go ahead and pull 3 runs of red 12 gauge stranded THHN. I could buy that. That was a fraction of the cost of what it would be to buy Romex for the same length that you would have a ground, neutral, and a hot. So I'll go ahead and pull these off. Each run I'll mark with marking tape, and it's conduit from here to the power source, so it's not going to be a problem at all. It didn't have to be Romex. It's not buried in the ground. It's conduit that I've already run whenever I had the trencher out here in preparation to do this. So I'm going to go ahead and get those 3 runs pulled and marked, and hopefully I can get it from this receptacle on the ground over to the panel. So I put marking tape on both ends so it won't be any confusion. So I'm going to tape this together and pull a string on it. I have a ground marked, a neutral, and the red without tape on it will be the hot. Go ahead and get them taped together. I think I'm going to pull a pull string with this back. These are 12 gauge wires, and I might someday want to have an RV plug out here. I already have one, and that needs to be on a 10 gauge wire. It's a 30 amp single phase for an RV. So at least have a pull string. So that's going to be my pull string. Future use pull string. And this is going to be what's going to pull it back to my source. I have that, and then I'll do a couple of half hitches. There's one. There's two, so I'll end up with 3 of them. I'll tape that up. About to run out of light. Got a lot of rain coming, going by the news or the weather forecast. I might be able to get in some work tomorrow, but probably not. See how this does. Yeah, it does not like that sharp bend. If I was smart, I would have run it through here. See how this does. I might end up having to put a pulley on this. Yeah, that's gonna do it. I'll tape this off, make sure it don't get pulled. Don't like wasting wire. I'll end up cutting off about $1, maybe $3 worth of wire. Hopefully it don't rain tomorrow and I'll be back at this, but this is about as far as I can get. It's getting too dark. That's gonna work out pretty good. Just knock the tabs off the side of this box, and I'll pop a couple screws in through the side. That'll be a fix for that. Go ahead and get some diagonal cutters and cut that out. Some of these precise measurements here. I think that's going to be convenient right there. Go ahead and glue that in and pop a couple screws in. And it'll be time to pull the rest of the wire. That'll work. Pull. All right. So down here is our feed coming in. And we'll have a neutral and a where it's lined. That's the hot side. This is the neutral. And that's our hot. Let me just strip it just a little bit more. Our neutral. Let's open this one up a little bit. You strip it out some too. And then secondary outlets off of this will go to load, and they'll be ground fault protected as well. There goes another 75 cents. A little bit generous with the wire in here. So it's strange. They made this outlet where every terminal you could do 2 wires, except for the ground. Well, what's the deal there? If it has a load, you know you would have to continue your ground. Why wouldn't they give you the opportunity to do that? I think that's going to work. And tie a loop on this, and then we'll try and get the screw on the outlet to hold it. That way, back at the panel, it can't get pulled out. I added this because I'm thinking about maybe one day I might pull another neutral and a hot and ground and for a 30 amp circuit out here. I already have an RV hookup across from here, but since the conduit's here, I ran 3/4 inch. There's plenty of room in the pipe to pull those. now I have a pull string, and if we do decide to do another RV hookup, all we have to do is pull the wire. We won't have to try and fight shoving something in here. The vacuum cleaner with a little piece of bag on the end works great most of the time. Sometimes still is challenging if you have wires already in it. Now I'll just see if we can get everything tucked up in here. I don't know why I don't buy a deep box. I'm going to do a ground fault. That's going to be good enough though. Let that screw hit the conduit. Take a little bit off. So, don't want it to open this way. Or do I want it to open up like this? I think I want to go like this. And you can pull that. It can be in use. Something stay plugged in and closed up. At least that's the idea. All right, upstairs. now it's time to hook up on the wires on the source side, and we'll be ready. I really wanted to get this done, well, several years ago, but other things were a little more important to get done. We'll enjoy this though. It'd be nice to come up here, even if we have some rain, just a mist and rain, and you want to get out of the house. You'll be able to sit up in here, and if it's warm, misty rain, you can run a fan. If it's cold, mist and rain, you can run a little space heater up here, and you can keep your phone charged the whole time you're up here if you wanted to watch YouTube or whatever streaming you want to do. So power up in the deer blind. That's gonna be different. Alright, let's get into scary panel. I do not like the way this panel is designed. And that bus bar is so exposed. So while I'm in here, I'm going to do a couple things. I'm going to wire up the deer blind. And I have an RV hookup. And it, I think, only has a 20 amp breaker on it where it needs to be a 30. And that is this circuit right here. Okay. Yep. It's right here. So we'll make this the blind, and we'll put a 30 right up underneath it. Ooh. See what I mean? It's exciting. Got some mosquitoes over here. That's a 747 one. So it's going to be the 20 that has this sticker. Now we can turn them back on. Good thing that didn't trip immediately. That's a good sign. Alright, let's check and see if we have power. We have red in there, so now we have power. We'll go up in the deer blind. That's the neutral side, and we got power on the hot. Let's take a look and see what this blind view is. Here it is. It's roughly about 300 yards, and just about any time you sit up here, you're gonna see something walk across. It's a pretty good setup. My brother has his archery and his targets for shooting his rifles. I come out here and shoot my pistol once in a while, not as much now as I used to, but great place to have. Let me know in the comments what you think about how we have this set up. We got a deer blind with power in it now. Do you think you would like to have that or not?